We're joined now by Emily Martindale. She calls the Sandhills FFA Chapter her home chapter, serving this year as the Nebraska FFA State Vice President. Emily, remind our viewers where the Sandhills FFA Chapter is.
The Sandhills FFA Chapter is in Dunning, Nebraska. I'm actually from Brewster, Nebraska, so that is just 43 miles south of Ainsworth. If you don't know where Ainsworth is, I'm just about an hour north of Broken Bow.
Got to get my map out here. Make sure I've got all the dots side.
You will never imagine how many times I've actually drawn the map of Nebraska and just put a star there. It helps every time.
Helps people out.
Yes.
Has there been a state FFA officer before you from the Sandhills FFA chapter?
There was two before me. Both of them were in the early-ish 90s.
Okay.
They were Christy Thompson, now Hafer, and Brian Thompson, so the siblings.
Has to mean quite a bit for you. The first modern Sandhills FFA member to become a state FFA officer. Talk about that.
Yes. So I got inspired by the one and only Jordan Pop. He's from Broken Bow, so kind of in my area. And I liked how just an ordinary person could step out and be a leader to a lot of these people. So sitting there as a little sophomore, I realized that I had the potential, and then senior year when right when the applications came out, I told myself that I could show everyone that you can be from small town, middle of nowhere, and still be a leader for everyone.
Mm-hmm. That's an incredible story, and you've got a big stage to share it on this week. Let's talk about your retiring address. What is it titled, and what are some of the stories you plan to share?
Okay, my retiring address is titled Your Choice. The choice is yours, actually. And it is based off of one of my biggest FFA experiences. It was based off of an interview that didn't go as well and ended up being the same chapter office 2 years in a row. And it talks about how you can change your mindset and you can really see the positives in things instead of just using them as ways to put yourself down.
A great message to share with these Nebraska FFA members. Have you been to state convention in Pinnacle Bank Arena?
Yes, it would have been my sophomore year. And I remember I sat right over there with my chapter.
Section 117, it looks like.
Yes, and I remember looking at the stage saying one day I wanted to be on there, and now I seem like I can't get off.
This year's theme is Empower. What does that mean to you and your officers, your teammates, I should say?
Yes, I was actually asked this by an FFA member, and my definition is bringing everyone else around you up with you. So instead of leaving people behind and you're the person stepping forward, you're more looking back, looking at the people around you and taking them up with you.
Mm-hmm. Why is that so important?
I feel it's really important because of the age-old saying that I can never get out of my head is a rising tide lifts all ships. And it's just talking about how you can help people up instead of letting them just be beached. And it's just a very inspiring thing to me.
As later this week, you're going to take off your jacket for the final time. We'll talk about your future plans here in a little bit, but what are you going to remember most about this year of service?
The members I met and all their unique stories and everything about Nebraska I learned. I'm kind of known for being a big Nebraska buff. So I really enjoyed learning a lot about different chapters, different areas, and all the agriculture within our state, which is just so amazing.
Mm-hmm. Agriculture is quite a bit different from one side of the state to the other, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Your future plans, of course, I mentioned the year of service will come to a close at the end of the week, but your education path will continue.
Yes.
What's that look like?
I'm currently a freshman at the University of Nebraska Lincoln studying agriculture education and endorsed in biology. So I'm going to continue that and hopefully be a new ag advisor come 2024, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Want to become an agricultural education instructor. Yes. Had you always wanted to take that career path?
It was because of FFA that I did it. I remember helping one of my fellow members study for a competition, and I remember him being the best out of our team in that competition, and that look in his face, and it's just inspired me ever since.
That is Emily Martindale from the Sandhills FFA Chapter, this year serving as State FFA Vice President.